Okay, let's see. I'd like to call to order the June 23rd meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. If you would please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone. I am Barb Lewis, President of the Board. To my right is our Vice President, Jeff Benton. To my left, fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill, our Administrator, Tracy Davies, our Deputy Administrator, Don Houston, and our clerks, Jennifer Walraven and Sarah DeNovo. We can begin.
Resolution number 22-500, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceeding from regular meeting held June 9th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-500. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We have no public comment this morning. Resolution number 22-501, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants and batch number CMA PR 0622, memo transfers and batch number MTA PR 0622, and procurement card payments and batch numbers PCA 0622.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-501. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-502, in the matter of accepting the treasurer's report for the month of May 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-502. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-503, in the matter of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners recognizing July 2022 as Ohio Living Sarah Moore's 130-year anniversary, and 2022 as Ohio Living Centennial Year.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Would anyone from Sarah Moore like to make any comments? Thank you. If you could just please come forward and introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Eric Arnett. I'm the Executive Director at Ohio Living Sarah Moore, and I've been around for about 8 years of the 130 years that Sarah Moore has been providing services for the residents of Delaware County. But we're very privileged to be able to serve the residents of Delaware County, and we appreciate you recognizing our anniversary this year.
Oh, definitely. Barb, would you like to say anything?
And
Barb Lyon?
Barb Lyon with Ohio Living, and I just wanted to say thank you so much. Like Eric mentioned, it's a privilege to be not only a resident of the community, but to also serve our older adults, and we just appreciate your recognition.
Oh, thank you. Any comments from the commissioners?
I just, I think we're happy to do this. I had the opportunity to attend a veterans flag raising ceremony a few weeks ago, and this has been a long time institution in our city, our county, and congratulations.
Yeah, I've had a number of relatives in the home for over the decades, and I know they've always received excellent care, and just it is a great community partner. So congratulations on a long tenure, and
Yes,
hopefully it'll be a lot longer.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing. The building's beautiful, too, your new building, and, just a wonderful job. Thank you.
You can vote.
We need a vote. You're right.
Vote on motion 22-503. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
And I will give you the, thank you. No, we can get a picture too. Okay, now you two in the middle. You're the one who- Thanks, Jane. Thank you for all your work. Thank you. That is a real milestone. That's wonderful. Okay, we can proceed.
Resolution number 22-504, in the matter of amending the Child Placement Services contract between the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, and Healing Pathways Transitional Homes Incorporated, Cincinnati Children's Hospital Children's College Hill Campus, Buckeye Ranch Incorporated, Foundations for Living, Jenacross Family and Youth Services, Legacy Residential Homes Incorporated, and NECO Incorporated.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Bob Anderson with Job and Family Services. These are all existing providers that we have contracts with for foster placement. We're just looking at renewing the contracts starting July 1 through June 30th of '23.
Okay. Any
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah, I appreciate you preparing that schedule ahead of time to answer a lot of the questions I would have asked in
Okay.
session. So, again, appreciate it.
All right, you're
Come prepared, and we appreciate that.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-504. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-505, in the matter of approving the child placement services contract, First Amendment and Second Amendment between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and child placement providers Safe House Ministries and Lighthouse Youth Services Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
And these two providers are new providers that we're looking forward to contracting with just to provide us options as we receive placement or custody of children placed in our care. And we also use the same providers then for our Family and Children First Council.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-505. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-506, in the matter of approving the state fiscal year 2023 Local Area 7 Memorandum of Understanding.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
And this MOU is required for our operation of the Ohio Means Job Center through GOBI, formerly known as Area 7. We basically look at our spacing and we come up with pricing. The majority of the prices that we come up with, it's about $45,000 in operating, is provided by ourselves since we occupy the space, but we do recover about $4,500 from community partners and ODGFS when they use the facility.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 22-506. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We're on page 113, in case you're wondering. Resolution number 22-507, in the matter of approving the contract between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and Marion Goodwill Industries Incorporated for Comprehensive Case Management Employment Program and Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act Youth Services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
And this is contracting youth services through Goodwill. We had to do our RFP again. We had 3 bidders. After rating them, Goodwill came on as our preferred provider.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-507. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-508, in the matter of approving a contract between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and the Delaware County Transit Board for the purchase of transportation services.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
And we also did a RFP for transportation services. We only had 1 bidder, which was Delaware County Transit, and we're recommending contracting with them, with the cap of $200,000. And the majority of the transportations we do is our non-emergency transportation, or NET, which is covered by Medicaid.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-508. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 22-509, in the matter of change order number 1 to the agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and B. Hyler Excavating Incorporated for the Lower Alum Creek Relief Pump Station and Force Main Project, Force Main Contract TC-142-FM.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Morning, Commissioners. Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. So this is a change order to cover the cost of some unforeseen subsoil conditions that we saw on River's Edge Drive on our Lower Elm Creek Force Main project. Basically, the trench walls collapsed, causing the street to cave in further than what they had originally anticipated in the quantities as far as the pavement replacement and the curbing. So the total cost of this change order is $213,198. And for reference, the Force Main project was originally bid at $3.5 million, and the pump station was $8.2 million. So we do anticipate 1 additional change order at the end of the project to close it out.
Question? Vote.
Vote on motion 22-509. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-510, in the matter of approving a services agreement with Power Solutions Group LTD for general electrical services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
So this is for our preventative maintenance and troubleshooting of our electrical switchgear for all of our plants. We budgeted $40,000 for 2022 for this work.
Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-510. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-511, in the matter of setting the bid date and time to receive bids for liquid sludge hauling services.
So move.
Second.
Discussion.
So this is for a one-year contract to haul sludge between our package plants over to our larger facilities at Allen Creek and OECC, where it's further processed and dewatered. We typically haul about 3 million gallons on our own, and there's an additional 10%. I think 300,000 gallons that's hauled by contract haulers. That's what this contract is for. We spent $32,000 in 2021. We would anticipate a similar amount in 2022.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-511. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-512, in the matter of setting the bid date and time to receive bids for vacuum box rental and services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
So this is also a one-year contract with 2 additional options for one-year renewals to rent, transport, haul, and pay for the disposal costs for these vac boxes. The disposal cost is actually the majority of the fee on these. It's not all that expensive to rent the box, but it is to dump the materials. We are anticipating about $130,000 this year in this service.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-512. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
And now we have our monthly update from Tiffany.
Great, thank you. All right, so we had several projects this month moving forward. Liberty Grand Communities, as we continue to see every month, they're moving forward with their Section 3 Phase B. This is an apartment complex. It is 191 units with also 28 multifamily buildings. And then we also have Clarkshaw Moores, Section 6 Phase A, which is out there in the Clarkshaw area. Also Nelson Farms, Section 3 Phase A and B. This is 33 lots by Pulte. And then Liberty Grand, another one, the Liberty Grand District is the single-family homes. This is 55 units of Section 8 that's moving forward with their subdividers agreement. Also, we have the Ethos Church that we saw last month with the plan approval. That's a church facility at Africa Road near Sanctuary Drive. And then finally, Courtyards at Clear Creek. This is the final section of that EPCON development with 41 units, which is, that one is located off of 23 and Home Road. So these are, similar projects to what we've seen over the past several months. So, not a lot of additional discussion on those. Everybody just seems to be working through their phases as they move through. So any questions on any of those?
Questions? Okay, I
Okay.
guess no questions. Thank you,
Thank you,
Tiffany.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Tiffany.
very much.
All right, that brings us to item 16, resolution number 22-513, in the matter of approving a services agreement with Built Right Interior Construction LTD for installation of a climate-controlled storage area.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, John Melvin, Director of Facilities. This is to finish out an area over at EMS Station 7 in their back bay areas for climate-controlled and more secure area for them to store medical supplies, which serves as a central purchasing and central warehouse for all their EMS stations.
Where are they stored now, there or somewhere else?
There, the problem is it's in the bay area, which is just heated, so there's no cooling for the summer and humidity control. And this will increase the security of that storage and provide the cooling, maintain the temperatures year-round.
Okay, vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-513. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-514, in the matter of approving a supplemental appropriation for economic development.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
This is a supplemental appropriation for funds collected through the prior half-year tax collection for an orange TIF in order to be able to give the funds to the orange TIF, as well as an auditor-created guesstimate, as you will, for the second half taxes to be appropriated. That way we don't need to ask for an additional supplement when those end up being collected to send back out over to the TIF projects.
Okay, any questions? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-514. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-515, in the matter of authorizing the submission of a grant application to the Ohio Development Services Agency for program year 2022 Community Development Block Grant Allocation Program grant funding.
Tyler, I just need for you to introduce yourself.
I
should have
apologize.
mentioned that before. Thanks.
Still new to this. I'm Tyler Lane, Office of Economic Development Administrator.
Motion,
Yeah. All
need a
right.
motion and a second.
Yes, right.
Did you?
I'll say, I'll make, do you make the motion?
I hadn't said it.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, second.
I'm sorry.
Well, we
went-
kinda
we
got
went a little
distracted
out of
there.
order.
Just want to make
Yeah,
sure we had
right.
it covered.
Any discussion, further discussion? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-515. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
I will ask this question, since you're up here and you've now, how's things going after, what, first 4, 5, 6 weeks?
Close to 2 months now, but things are going well. Figuring out everything, starting to move forward on some projects, getting to know the community members, developers, and hoping to help continue move the county forward. It's been a great couple months, and I'm sure it'll continue to be great as we move along.
Thank you.
Lot
Thank
going
you.
on. Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
it going.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, I guess we have voted on it.
Yes, we have. So move to
Okay,
item number
next.
19, resolution number 22-516, and the matter of appointing a local government representative to the Sunbury Meadows Development Authority of Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jane Hawes, Director of Communications. The first one we have before you is a recommendation to reappoint Julie Dadko as our local government representative on the Sunbury Meadows Community Authority Board.
Any
Recommend your
discussion? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-516. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-517, and the matter of reappointing members to the North Star New Community Authority Board of Trustees.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion.
And this one is for reappointing Glenn Evans and Howard Heffelfinger are interested in being reappointed to the North Star New Community Authority, and we do recommend your approval.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-517. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-518, in the matter of approving a permit for use of Delaware County facilities.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
This is one, came to us from County Auditor George Kites. They are running a workshop for the Board of Revision processes. An outside group, Diamond Point Advisors, would come in, but it would be provided to our people and some other counties. So we are recommending the use of the Hayes 235 conference room at no cost for them to put on this workshop.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-518. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 22-519, in the matter of approving the services agreement between NeoGov and the Delaware County Board of Commissioners.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ellen Wendell, Human Resources Director. This is to add to our NeoGov services. This is to acquire the NeoGov Learn module, which would be a learning management system. It has components built into it, and then we can also do tracking for all of the courses that we're doing in-house.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-519. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 22-520, in the matter of approving owner's agreement for Vinmore Village, Section 5.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Lee Bodnar, County Engineer's Office. For your consideration is a 30-lot subdivision located between South Old 3C Highway and State Route 3 in Genoa Township. This would be for the road construction and improvements. It's been reviewed by all parties necessary, and we would recommend your approval.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-520. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-521, in the matter of approving developer's agreement for Hyatt's Crossing.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, for your consideration, Hyatt's Crossing is a 100-unit subdivision that is located on Hyatt's Road, just west of Sawmill Parkway. It includes a new access to our salt shed facility on Sawmill Road.
Okay, vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-521. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-522, in the matter of approving the plats of subdivision for Sheffield Park, Section 1, Phase B, Lot 6903, Division Number 1, Howard Farm, Section 2, and Section 3, Jess CAD, and a re-subdivision of Orange Center Development, lots 7518 and 7519.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, this is quite a plate here. The plat for Sheffield Park, Section 1, is 3 lots located in Genoa Township on Sheffield Park between Ramselberg Drive and Worthington Galena Road. The plat for Howard Farms is a 25-lot subdivision located in Berlin Township off of Cheshire Road between South Old State and Pyatt Road. The plat for Howard Farm is a 26-lot subdivision located in Berlin Township on McKenna Drive, north of Cheshire Road. The plat for JES CAD is 4 lots in Brown Township on Hogback Road between Howard Road and Pugh Road. And finally, the plat for Orange Center Development is a consolidation, partial consolidation of 2 lots into 1 lot, 1 2-acre lot that is located in Orange Township on Orange Center Drive, north of East Orange Road.
Any questions? Vote.
Vote on motion 22-522. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-523, in the matter of establishing a maintenance bond and releasing construction bond for Harvest Curve.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Harvest Curve is a Rockford Homes development, 30 lots off of Site Road in Liberty Township. It's between Hyatt Road and Home Road, and it has been reviewed by all the necessary agencies, and we would recommend approval.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 22-523. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-524, in the matter of accepting the roads, approving recommended speed limits, establishing stop conditions, and releasing the sureties for Hyatt's Crossing.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Hyatt's Crossing is a small 0.11 mile roadway that is, has a stop sign on Hyatt's Crossing Drive and Sawmill Parkway. It's been reviewed by all necessary agencies, and we would recommend your approval.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 22-524. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-525, in the matter of awarding a bid and approving a contract between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Strasser Paving Company for DEL-CR91-3.45, Berlin Station Road and Pyatt Road Roundabout Project.
So moved.
Second. I made the motion. So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners. There were 3 bids received for this project. Shelley Sands placed a bid for $3.4 million. Double Z Construction did $3.1 million, and Strasser was the lowest and best bid at $2.7 million. It has been reviewed, and we would recommend your approval. This is for the peanut-shaped or oval-shaped roundabout that we have talked about in the past.
Well, a couple questions, Lee.
Yes, sir.
What's the timeline, and then what was the bid budget?
The bid budget, I believe this came in right around the bid amount.
Okay.
The project is going to include a 45-day closure that will transpire in July of this year into August, and we believe that it'll be completed by the end of fall, possibly beginning of spring next year.
Okay.
If that answers your question. I can check and get actual figures for you
No,
on that.
that's good enough. I was curious, just construction costs have escalated. I was curious how close.
That has been a challenge for the agency and organization to figure in a factor for inflationary costs. And it's not been a science as much as it's been an art.
Leo, it came up this morning in the Farm Bureau meeting about these peanut roundabouts. I saw you taking some notes. I assume you'll have that conversation with the county engineer.
Absolutely.
And the issue was the difficulty in some of the bigger equipment to be able to maneuver on those peanuts, which in the southern part of the county is probably not an issue, but north of 36, 37 it probably could be. So you'll look into that for Enderby.
I'll certainly share that information with Engineer Bauserman, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 22-525. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-526, in the matter of approving plans, specifications, estimate, and setting the bid date for the project known as Dell Bixby Campus Roller Compacted Concrete Base for Parking Lot.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, for your consideration, this is the bid advertising for the compacted concrete base for the parking lot area at Bixby. This concrete base is actually at a lower cost than asphalt these days with petroleum prices, which is interesting.
That is interesting.
This type of concrete is applied, you can use a paver to apply it. So it's a non-traditional application. It's not like you would normally see concrete poured. This is a less soupy mixture, a more thicker consistency. And it is just put in place and then rolled out.
And
So it actually had a-
experience has been good?
Yes, it's been a very sturdy, stable material.
Interesting.
Okay.
But again, in an effort to try to reduce costs, especially with petroleum products and the values on those.
Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-526. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-527, and the matter of approving plans, specifications, estimate, and resetting the bid date for the project known as DEL-36-19.93, US 36 in Carter's Corner intersection improvement.
So move?
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners. Commissioner Benton, this kind of speaks to your earlier comment. One bid was received and it exceeded the 10% threshold, and so that causes us to go to rebid. The bid that was received was from Shelley Sands and was $3 million plus. But that exceeded the 10% threshold, so now we're going to rebid that.
And what's ODOT's role in this one, since that's a state highway?
Pardon me, I didn't.
This is State Route 36 in Carter's Corner.
Correct. This is a cooperative agreement.
Okay, and we're doing the lead on this?
We are doing the lead on this,
Okay.
taking the lead.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 22-527. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-528, and the matter of approving right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, for your consideration, are 17 utility permits that are standard permits with nothing out of the ordinary to report.
Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-528. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-529, and the matter of approving speed limit reductions on North Old 3C Highway.
So move?
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, Commissioners, finally, this has been reviewed by ODOT and has been approved by them for the redirecting of the speed limit or reducing the speed limit to 45 miles an hour.
Right.
So we would recommend approval for that.
Good idea. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-529. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners, for your indulgence.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Resolution number 22-530, and the matter of approving a supplemental appropriation for the Sheriff's Office.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, discussion.
East Delaware, Delaware County Sheriff's Office. This supplemental is for our medical, primarily our medical service costs at the jail. We did anticipate a bump up this year. We were going to go back out to bid after 3 years. We did switch vendors. We had 3 medical providers submit bids. One of them wasn't qualified, and the other 2, one was the previous provider, and then the the ultimate contractor that we selected. And the costs were even more than what we had anticipated. And so that they went through a process to evaluate the bidders and ultimately selected ACH, the new medical provider. Like everything else at the jail with staffing, I think our new medical provider is struggling a little bit, especially with nurses and getting people and keeping them there. But it's a challenge. But anyways, we anticipated our cost would be up, and the supplemental helps cover that incremental cost.
When you say cost up, you're talking about the actual products, the medicines, et cetera? Or
It's,
just the service, or both?
What we had with our previous agreement and the provider, we paid them a fixed monthly retainer, for lack of a better word, about $68,000. And that included a couple cost pools, about $30,000 for the first, for outside services. They would include that in their cost. Outside services being if they have to have x-rays done, if they have to go to the emergency room or anything outside that facility. And I think there was a $20,000 cost pool for any pharmacy type of medications they were need to provide the inmates, because whatever they come in, whatever medications, we've got to continue to provide those. And then we paid the difference above that. The new vendor wasn't interested in the cost pool concept, so a part of that cost is for outside services, medical cost, and then the bulk of it, though, is just to pay. We have 24/7 coverage. We have a couple nurses out there actually providing in jail medical services treatment.
So I get the medical products, the medicine, et cetera, if those come down in price, is that addressed or does this stay at this level regardless, or how's that?
Well, it really won't, you know, if the prescription costs come down, we'll benefit from that.
That was my question. I just want to make sure that was.
Right, we're paying for it all. They're not paying any of it.
That was my question.
So that'll benefit us at some point down the road.
Okay, vote
Any
please.
questions?
Vote on motion
Thank you.
22-530. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Hi.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not sure why that was there. It should say Mr. Merrill. So sorry.
I'm sorry?
I called Mrs. Lewis's name twice. So,
Oh,
Mr. Merrill?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Aye, yeah.
That brings us to administrative reports.
Good morning, Commissioners. Just wanted to note that Dawn and I will be participating in 2 community authority meetings, actually today, Berlin Meadows and Liberty Grand. We also participated in a Berlin Business Park infrastructure update meeting. We have those on a quarterly basis. It was a good meeting. All of the utility providers were there. We had good discussion, and our next meeting will be early this fall. Also had the opportunity to attend the Chamber Board meeting within the last couple weeks, and just wanted to thank Holly and the board for inviting me to participate. And that's all I have today.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention that there's less than 60 days to complete the wellness program. We will be getting information out to employees sometime between now and Monday to remind them and provide the details if they have not previously gotten into the HealthWorks portal. There's still plenty of time to get that done, and encourage everybody to participate.
Okay.
That's all I have.
I'm going to go first with commissioner reports, and I wanted to let everyone know that I met with our treasurer yesterday afternoon, Treasurer Ranke, and he has some concerns with the cost of inflation, the cost of living, and as related to salaries, and he had given me a letter yesterday afternoon after we met, and I did place that letter on the chairs of the other commissioners, but I don't believe that you had a chance to read it yet. I don't know. He would like it brought up on the agenda, and we could always do that under other business today if we needed to, but I guess I'm hesitant to do that because I don't know whether you've even read his letter. Is any thoughts on that?
I saw the letter just a little bit ago, and there's a lot of details in it I need to study, so.
Okay.
I'm just not prepared to.
Okay.
I don't think it's appropriate today, no.
Okay, all right. Well, it'll be under further discussion then. Okay. Commissioner Benton.
A few things. Wanted to congratulate our EMS department. Again, they received their American Heart Association Gold Plus Award for the third year in a row, which is a really strong achievement. I don't know if Jeff, I don't see Jeff here, but congratulations to the EMS. A lot of hard work go into that. It's a very prestigious award, which indicates that they are doing a great job with heart care. Olentangy Berlin High School got the most spirited award in a national spirit contest. So a national, this isn't just statewide. So congratulations to the Olentangy Berlin group for their outstanding award. Went to a Sycamore Run dedication, which is a new preservation park, actually opened technically last fall, but they did a ribbon cutting yesterday, and it's at the corner of Home Road and 315, and it's a launching area for launching canoes and kayaks into the Olentangy River there. And just one more additional park for the preservation park, great location, neat little park, and the Olentangy River is beautiful there. And they also had the Hickory Woods open dedication a couple weeks ago, and Commissioner Merrill and I went to that. We had DKMM board meeting this week. No real significant changes there, moving along pretty well. Then we've got a Subco board meeting tomorrow. So busy times, as always.
Commissioner
You
Merrill.
were talking about sports. Is there anything you overlooked?
Here we go.
Let's see, Oklahoma is in the finals in baseball.
That's correct.
Oh,
And
my
won the
gosh.
national championship in softball. I was on vacation, so I hadn't been here for a while. And if they were to win this weekend,
They'd be the first.
the first time a college has won both baseball and softball in the same year.
That would be really something.
So we'll see.
We'll all be rooting and watching and taping, I'm sure.
My turn?
Yes.
As I stated, I have been on vacation, but I am going to comment on the topic. I was thinking about it after I heard it on the news last night and thought about it on my drive in this morning. And the question came up at the Farm Bureau meeting that Commissioner Lewis and I attended this morning, and I'm going to give the same general response that I gave this morning. And it has to do with this 90-day, I'm going to call it amnesty on the national federal gas tax. Rather than solving the problems, we go around the edges and we don't provide any solutions. This is a ridiculous suggestion and it makes absolutely no sense. And it's coincidental that it's right here before the election it's even being proposed. And it's a terrible idea. Troy Balderson's representative was in the room this morning, so he's already heard this, and he has promised me he will pass it on to Troy. The idea, this administration talks about infrastructure, the need for infrastructure, and we're willing to take 90 days and remove the federal gas tax, which are dollars that theoretically go to infrastructure, and I'm sure it'll put pressure on many of the states to do the same, which will put more infrastructure dollars at risk. And the reality is, those dollars will be made up either by more borrowing or printing more money, and that in itself is inflationary, and we just make the problem worse. It is time this administration gets serious and come up with serious solutions rather than these around the edges solutions that are all political in nature. And so this is my second time to give this speech this morning, in a little different form perhaps, but I'm scared for this country, and it's time we get serious. And right now, we're not very serious about how we're running this country. My opinion. That's all I have.
We had a Farm Bureau meeting this morning, and it was really good to hear the input from the agricultural community. Great meeting. They brought up a few challenges, and they certainly face them with again, supply chain, inflation. But broadband is a real problem for agricultural businesses. one of the farmers mentioned he just lives 4 miles away from the city and he can't get broadband. And so I did mention that we are working on this, and we are definitely aware of the problem, and we have to do something as soon as possible on it.
Can I comment on that further?
Sure.
I think we may have all spoken to this company, but about 3-4 months ago, we had a broadband approach us, and the question, they wanted to spend the federal dollars that are available on this project in the southern part of our county, because that's more efficient for them. As I explained to them, the issues are not in the southern part of the county. The issues are in the northern part of the county. So how these dollars ultimately get spent, whatever dollars are made available, it needs to be spent where they serve the most good and the biggest shortcoming is, and that's in the farming community in our northern part, to reinforce what you just said. And it is an issue, and it's an expensive issue to address because of the lack of density. And that's the reason this particular company wanted to, in the southern, where there is density. But that philosophically, spiritually, does not really address the issue. So just my thoughts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this problem has to be solved. Agribusiness is our biggest business in Delaware County, so we need to, and we are working on solving that problem. We do have need for executive session.
We do. Resolution number 22-531, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of appointment, employment, promotion, compensation of a public employee, or pending or imminent litigation